Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's EthKid. I'm on the channel, and today I want to talk about something. I want to talk about why game collecting and why retro gaming became my passion, despite me being only around, well, currently only the age of 19. Now, for those who don't know, I'm obviously 19. I'm obviously not the oldest person in the whole retro gaming scene. I'm probably one of the younger ones in a lot of people's eyes. And over the past year or so, I've put out videos about Evercade, Atari, Intellivision, uh, showing our own Mega Drive, Genesis, all that sort of stuff. And it's just, I've had people ask, why. And I know a YouTuber, PK Universe, mentioned in one of his videos where he shouted me out, where he's like, "Oh yeah, ETH is kind of a young guy. He's only about 20." And that's true. I will turn 20 this year. But currently, I want to explain why retro gaming and why game collecting in particular has become a passion of mine. Now, if you don't know, one big problem I have with modern consoles is the big companies like Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo don't really do much with their backlogs of games. Now, obviously, Nintendo's got Nintendo Switch Online where you can subscribe for I think it's 35 quid a year in UK money in British pounds, and you get access to some NES, Super Nintendo, N64, and Mega Drive games. And to me, the lineup they've got just isn't the best in my opinion. It's just not that interesting. They could have offered thousands of games, or at least 8,000 games, or whatever, if they used all Nintendo's consoles and Nintendo's arcade library, but they didn't. Obviously, I obviously own two different generations of Xboxes. I sold my 360, but I've got my Xbox One, Xbox Series S. Microsoft hasn't put all their games from the original Xbox on the Xbox ecosystem on the modern systems, which is kind of unfortunate. You can't play Fabled Lost Chapters on Xbox, which is I think this is the only Fable game which was made that isn't available on current gen Xbox, which is kind of unfortunate, and they've kind of stopped doing backwards compatibility. And Sony just doesn't seem to care. To be honest, Sony will we're going to remaster Last of Us for a second time, but they're not going to. But they don't really re-release other games in their catalog like Lemmings. So that's why I'm not really a fan of modern gaming, even though I've got several different systems. And obviously, some of my favorite game publishers, believe it or not, are actually retro game publishers, like Pico Interactive, Atari. They both put out great games from gaming's past, as well as new games that I just kind of feel like they feel real, they feel genuine, they feel fun. And gaming in general, to be at least modern games, aren't that fun. You know, I can't really pick up a game on Xbox or PlayStation or Switch. A lot of the time, I feel like, oh no, this is gonna be fun. It's just I like the whole vibe that retro gaming gives us as well. The pixelated art style is more interesting to me. It's a really nice art style, to be fair. You know, and the whole retro aesthetic is just fun. I enjoy it. Obviously, you see here I've got three different systems: the Hyperkin Retron SQ, the Atari 50th anniversary edition of the Flashback, and obviously a Master System game converter for my Game Gear. And funnily enough, right, I've just enjoyed doing it. Collecting games and talking about games and consoles. It's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy retro gaming. It's just really weird that, like, for me, I've got friends who are gamers, and they look at me like, you don't own a PlayStation 5. You don't use cloud gaming. You're not into modern games. A lot of cases, I'm not. Don't get me wrong, I buy modern game consoles. I mean, the Atari this literally came out this year for the 50th anniversary of Atari, but it's a retro system. And I own 18 game consoles. Right, only one of them's a modern console. Well, two of them technically, 'cause you've got Steam Deck. To me, I kind of feel like I'm at a point with gaming where I enjoy retro gaming more. Now, the one thing that I have as a downside is obviously the price of retro gaming. The price of retro gaming is ludicrous for some games, right? Ludicrous. I'm not going to pay £100 to buy a game on the Sega Saturn, just so you know. Do I want to own a Sega Saturn? Maybe one day. Do I want to get a Dreamcast? Yeah, the Dreamcast is probably Sega's best console, you know? But to me, retro gaming's just always been fun. I always just want to play games and have fun and have a laugh. Just like the old days. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. I've been EthKid and I'm signing out. Peace.